Okay. Namaste.
Namaste.
So we are moving forward with our completion of the guidebook, which is for meditators. The purpose of this evening's satsang is to bring a guiding light to all the meditators, beginners, intermediate, advanced. We are beginning with very basics, having trust in God, having trust in our own soul. And with our trust, we started to move on the path. With this, we are initiated. We have to walk on. But this walking has a time gap. Today we start to meditate. Who knows when we will experience a state when we are fully enlightened, no confusion, and we got the truth in our hand. But when we start the journey, then for sure we meet obstacles. We call it obstacles. And here, who is obstacle? We meet the self, ourselves. And we meet the environment, the world around us. When we go inside, we are meeting the self. When we open eyes, we are meeting the world. In this scenario, classically, in our textbooks, yes, the obstacle is attachment, envy, ego, so many obstacles. But let's pinpoint on ego. So, in Patanjali Yoga, as a yogi, we saw the ego has two forms. Like I am meditating, I am not doing any job, not expanding my activity, not holding money, speaking all the time truth, doing my best. My ego will be passive, not active. It's going inside. So even I'm sitting, meditating, having nice experience, and after that I'm coming out, going back. So what I am meditating in passive form of ego. So even it is there, where we are claiming in outer world, we are claiming something. I am this, I own this is mine, I can do, I cannot do. So when we come to this relationship with the environment, our ego becomes dynamic. It starts to interact and change. This is the dynamic aspect of ego. So in Hindi, we may find two words, asmita and ahankar. In English, passive ego, active ego, in this way we can say. So in Raja Yoga, yogis are not participating in the activities of the world. They are devoid of all the activity, sitting silently and meditating. Sitting silently meditating, I will come across my ego system, which is passively there. But it is there. I will come to pillar later. And when we start to relate, like the moment I relate with you, we are four here. So now our ego is dynamic. We want to reach each other. We want to communicate, contact, and here ego is dynamic. I am coming with my role as a teacher. So here, my territory is expanding. I am reaching out to you, connecting to you. My territory is expanding. So this is dynamic aspect of ego. In which, if I also want to expand, you also want to expand, our territory may start to fight. No? Like in the family, in the classroom, or in colleagues situation. What is happening? Everyone is dynamic. So everyone ego is expanding. And it just starts to come and give pressure to each other. Like this hand also wants to expand, this also. So they cannot both together. So they want to collide. This is one way of seeing the ego as a force, as a dynamic force flowing through a structure. We call it dynamic ego. What is most important point of view as a meditator, I would like to say to you, that whenever two ego come in each other, they both bound to reflect each other. I am reflecting that you are a student. You are reflecting that I am a teacher. Both way, this is reflection of roles. And if you will not accept me as a teacher, I will not accept you as my students, the role conflict will come. This is a role, a character coming into play. This is one way of watching in meditation. So I can use it as my enlightenment process, the dynamics of ego. So in this, what I see, oh, I keep on changing. Because with each person, my role is changing and my temperament is reflected. So many faces of me. If you say so many faces of you, then you cannot pinpoint one face. So relatively, you have no face. So we call it Rup Shunyata, like devoid of any form. Because if all the faces are you, means you are none. You are devoid of your original face. When we start to look, what is my original face? Who am I really? So here two answer comes, either none or all. Both way is the transformation. Both way is the transformation. Middle way is psychotherapy. Some places mine, some places not mine. Psychotherapy. You need pillar. But as a meditator, we make a choice. Buddhism, none of the face is yours. Tantric, all faces are mine. But remember, if you cut all, none, universal quantifier, none, zero, nothing means it becomes everything. So two ways we can transcend it. Either some analytical philosophy will say, Yogi, none is yours, become the witness. They will come and go. So that which is passing through, one character coming, playing, going, another coming, going. One trying to expand, another contracting, one is in fear, one is aggression. So this play going on, and you are detached from all this and looking for which is the original witness. Analytical way. Negative, no? Negative. Ascetic way. Monks. Monk way. This is their way. But denying it. Denying all the faces. Transformation. Or accepting all the faces. These are the point of view which everyone is keeping. How you will deal with it? You have to make a choice. How you will deal with it? So many Marvins, so many Pavel, so many Pilar, no? So many Krishna, so many names. So what? If you want to succeed in the role as a politician, powerful person, they choose one character. Particular shape of beard, particular hairstyle, particular dress style, and project a character. This is me. And deny all other characters, deprive. So their life, they have a lot, but only available to one character. All other characters are dissatisfied or stupid. They don't have intelligence because not used, not trained. So can be very good scientist, very good politician, but very bad communicator. So this one way, as a meditator point of view, this is to choosing. Or tantric way is also that our inner conscience inner conscience is a platform on which my soul is dancing in different forms. Leela, like Ram Leela, this play, watching it as a play. So this point of view. One is very transformative point of view, this ego, when you have an intimate relationship with, like girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, or mother, child. This relationship has like girl to mother and boy to father, this way. Deep relationship. Here, we use it as a mirror, reflecting, and we deal with our two more obstacles, which is raga and dvesha, attachment with something, and envy, abhorrence, hatred with someone. So when it is a deep relationship, you will find that emotions are fluctuating. So here is this say, oh, something is there in the person you don't like. Suppose your partner is selfish. So you observe, oh, he is selfish and has only loving to self and its own personal motive. This is not love. No, we have tendency to deny and check ourselves. Oh, no, this is not love. There is no purity here. Something is mixed up. And a judgment arises. The law is that what you are not liking in somebody else, and also a very good point for psychotherapy, to analysis and diagnosis, what you don't like in somebody else, there must be at least a seed of that temperament in you. A possibility to become like the same person is existing in you, that you are not liking, not the person. No? Did you get it, my point? Yeah? This is the very, for the meditator, it's a transformation. Like you can, within days, you will start to bubble up with insight and intelligence. Very fast enlightenment. You may call it spouse meditation. Spouse meditation. It's very difficult, but amazing. What we don't accept, no, I cannot behave like you. I cannot do like this. I cannot speak like this. I cannot think like this the way you are thinking, and I don't like it. And blame the person. But actually, this is your unconscious playing. This is your face. This is your form. And if it is not actual, it is not conscious. You are not conscious about it. It is in your unconscious, and it is a possibility that you may also act like this. You may also think like this. With this possibility, you start hating the person because you start seeing yourself, and unconsciously you see that the possibility. I can also become like this person. So here, as a meditating point of view, actively you will not find it, because actively you are not speaking, actively you are not talking, actively you are not acting. So consciously you will deny it. No, I cannot be like this. I don't think like this. I am not like you. This is the fight in relationship. I am not like you here. But when we speak this, means if there will be no possibility at all to become like this, either you will not care, or you will laugh, or you will feel compassion. So actively you will not find, you will not accept, you will not see that this, I am also like this person. I could be, this is one of my face, maybe in future. Then you need to meditate and look inside. Passive ego. That's we call hidden sanskaras in meditation. You are sitting, and then hidden possibility will come out if you will allow it to reflect. And whatever you did not like in any of the person in the world until now, sit, meditate, and allow it. Passively, you will find the seed of that act is there. The possibility in you also exists that if situation will change, you will also act like this. And that possibility is reminding you to look inside. And look, don't find it actively. You can only find it passively. This, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, this form of ego, we are calling it asmita, passively there, in hidden form. So when we start to meditate, we say, we are going very deep. Where? Deep. Means, I did not know many things about myself. That which I did not know is my unconscious. And this is not my fault. Unconscious means I don't know about it. If I know about it, I'm conscious about it. So this fight between two opposite relationship, sex is opposite here. In two opposite relationship, this is an enlightening way of living. If you can have courage to actively, you don't find it, but passively a possibility there. And that you are hating it. You are not hating the person. Because if we throw the responsibility on the person, because of the person I envy, then we are helpless. Again, I say the path of yoga means you are taking every, centralizing the force. So what yogi can do, can sit and meditate. Here meditation point is the safe act. And looking into unconscious And then hidden impressions arising. Unconscious becoming conscious. And you need courage. When this happens, after this, you go and thank the person. So a thankfulness, gratitude arising towards a person in which you don't like some of the behavior of. It's a complete alchemy and complete transformation of the inner side. This is not a therapy. It's happening through meditation. That whatever I'm seeing and I don't like means there is a possibility of that character, personality in me too. But it is unconscious and hidden in a passive form. This is what as a to handle, not coping. This is alchemy, transforming, making it a dynamic. So here, this our envy and our ego, meditating on the ego itself, make you enlightened. The obstacle turning to a stepping stone. That Marvin question was. This was the answer of the question of Marvin, how we can transform the obstacles in meditation to a stepping stone. So here we are turning the obstacles into a stepping stone for enlightenment. If you look it in another way, it's an obstacle. If you look this way, it's a stepping stone. Go beyond it, and this is the way to go beyond meditation and meditating on this point. Then what will happen? Then you will start to lose enemies. And three qualities comes up in you, which defines that you are a meditator. Compassion, friendliness, and joy. These are the three qualities are tested for any person as a meditator to check whether meditation is going in the right direction, person is meditating. Three qualities has to arise in the person. You can perceive. Yeah. Compassion, friendliness, and joy. Inner joy, not depending on some. Oh, there is no light. Okay. Electricity gone. India. And here in this place, I don't have backup of electricity, only laptop. Okay, so this was the question answer to the Marvin, how to turn obstacles on the path of meditation to a stepping stone. This is alchemical point of view. An alchemist sees the phenomena like this, how to utilize it, how to transform it. Alchemical point of view. Now, Pavel question. And then Pilau. Pavel, please, your question.
Can you also define when we find this problem in ourselves during the meditation, how to deal with it? How
no way to deal.
Change it?
No, nothing to do. You will feel very much pain. For a while, it's painful. It's painful, very painful. That's why people don't get transformation, because they don't want to suffer this pain. But it is very painful to see. And egoistic attitude disappears. It falls off. If you have courage to bear this pain only, otherwise no. Otherwise, it will become a defense mechanism. And
so it should be diluted It should be diluted like in
It will
the
happen by
ocean.
itself. I'll tell you the process. The moment you will see, it will not be there. Next time in your life, you will not find it ever. It's a meditation. We are not managing it. No management. It will evaporate like camphor. We say evaporation like camphor. Just evaporate. There will be, for a while, very painful, very painful. If you can bear this pain, then freedom. Your heart will be filled with love, compassion, thankfulness, gratitude. You will feel what means higher qualities of being. You will have this feeling and nothing. After some time, you will laugh about it. But in the beginning, will be very painful. Then transformation, then very nice feeling. You will cry, laugh, or you will go in a different kind of transformation phase. Compassion will arise, friendliness will arise, joyfulness will arise. But first, it's painful. For a moment.
Is it necessary to search for these problems in other people? I mean, go to the special place.
We don't need
find
to.
out. No,
we are trained. We are trained. That's why another question you can bring later. Another question was on structure. We are trained to find mistakes in others. We are not trained to find mistakes in ourselves. Everybody is trained because consciously this is the Maya. We call it not. There is no illusion. There is no. This is actually there. It is not there, but working. It's working. So we can't call it illusion. It's working. It's a fact you can see. And it's actually not there, but it's a fact you can see. This we call it Maya. We don't call it illusion. Maya. We have different names. Pardon? You can ask again your question.
My question is, you already answered. Is it the difference between tantric and yogic way of dealing with ego, or is it any other religious or scientific knowledge or other way to deal with the ego formation?
Yeah, nice. And you also asked the question, if somebody born in America and somebody Russia, is their ego different?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So let's understand your point of view. Then we come to pillar. Look, there is a structure and there is an expression. So structure, like if we see as a human, our structure is almost same anatomical. So in the formation of ego structure is the same in all the countries. The law, the structure is the same pillars, same components, mind, intelligence, and it's formed in the same way. What differs here, when this structure comes to expression. In expression, the character formation, personality, and the value is given differently in each other countries. Each country, we call it Dutch, Indian, Russian, American, means we are pointing to a certain character which will be found in every Indian, which can be found in every Russian, which can be found in every American. From where it came? It came through the culture. The universally accepted truth. Nobody questions about it. So here, like in India, if you are born, the value system, the teaching, a teacher has a highest value. In social, you are born. So one who is working very hard has highest value in the society, respected. So in this way, the value system in the mind changed. So Indian will say, no, I will accept you as highest soul only when in your mind, if you give value to moksha, freedom. And we give higher value to the guru or the teacher who brings this knowledge. And we don't give this much value to president and prime ministers of the country. The value changed. So the mind will change. And by default, every human or animal or whosoever is born choosing the highest value path. So in capitalist country, the person who will have more money has the highest value, or entrepreneurship will have highest value. The president, prime minister, the powers will have highest value. In America, you say the president of America has the highest value. Because the value system is different, ego is the same. Every country, ego in India is following the highest value given by India. Ego in Russia following the highest value given by Russia. So the highest value is different. Value system is different in different culture. So your acts are judged differently. Same act in Dubai, differently. If you hold hands of a woman on the street, maybe it's a crime. Go to Germany, kiss somebody on railway platform, no crime. No crime. Intimacy is not a crime there on public. So this value system change, things changes. So if we go in detail in therapy, now I'm coming to pillar. So here, therapy is changing. For an American mind, you may need a different therapy. If you are dealing with personality and this value system, judgment criteria. Which memory to keep, which memory to give highest, more value, which memory to give no value, put it on the scrap. So this management is coming in psychotherapy. So a psychotherapy, if it is designed for Indian mind, its structure is the same. But hence the value system is different. And child rearing practices is according to value system. The parents inculcate in the mind of the child which is the highest value. So if you come to change the personality and behavior, therapy will specialize. With different ego. I'm Indian, so for me, therapy will be Indian. You will say I'm American. That means I'm Russian. So because you are playing in details with the behavior and personality, you need to improvise differently. Like I have one friend which is coming to Dharamshala from Jew, Israel. His job was to catch people from Israel, because many people coming from Israel after war in the military, when they come to India, they don't want to go anywhere, just chill out and smoke, chill and relax about. After some time, the government, it's reported that person, they start to lose balance, like too much intake, and just thought of going back to that situation. They don't want to go back. And here they are not adjusting. So they fall kind of a trauma, erratic behavior. For this, the government gives money. This guy was like coming to India, catching these guys, tiding somewhere, and managing them to bring back to Israel. And he was paid for that. So at that time, he wanted to promote me also. He said, "You are very good in so many things. I would like to make you a brand and promote it." And I said, "Very fine." After some time, he said, "No, I cannot do it." I said, "Why?" Because you know too much. Because to be promoted, to become a brand, you should know a little bit only, not too much. If you know only a little bit, like if I would know only this, what I'm doing, nothing else I know, then it's easy to make it a brand. But if you know too much, then how many brands? So he said, "Not possible with you." He worked with me 6 months, coming to workshop, recording, making a meeting, everything nice in the Inshallah. But he said, "No, very difficult to make you a brand because you are so versatile, unpredictable. You need to keep a format. You need to teach the same thing again and again and again. Then I can make you a brand." For me, even I don't know what I will speak before coming. I just give a point, dynamics of ego, nothing more. Our next point is coming from Pavel. I will introduce you also misunderstood point. Who is a real sannyasi? Who is an authentic yogi? The definition of that. Next, coming up, next point. And after that, in July, Shiva is bringing 2 on mantra, sadhana with mantras and chantings, mantra on this. Next one, I am bringing title, who is really yogi, who is really sannyasi? According to Krishna. Definition of Krishna. Here we are learning Patanjali. And how Krishna is saying and how he is defining the definition of a real yogi and sannyasi. Very nice. And it will combine together. What we are working here, that we are also forming an ego. Ego, and we are also forming a character. Your characters related to spirituality, either you are identifying yourself as a mystic, as a monk, as a priest, as a seeker. So some of the characters you are framing and forming within yourself. This is my point. When you start meditating with all your will, you are creating a personality. You are creating a character. Seeker, mystic, monk, nun, priest, no? They are very close. But when you start meditating, you start to create a character in you. And nothing wrong. Just remain conscious. What you have to remember here and meditate. You can meditate anytime at any point. So one way in you, a character formation will start. How? Your intelligence will allow it to form so that you can come into action. Nothing is wrong. This character will arise, and it will arise in everyone as a meditator. So here, psychotherapy, before it was behavior, mind, and conditioning. So psychotherapist goes in detail about the story. Detailed story. More diagnosis, because it has to work, change the personality, change the memory system, and strengthen a character. In psychotherapy, we are changing personality, changing memory, and strengthening one character therapeutically, and giving the power to this character so the person can come into action and create dynamics, create dynamic ego. Involved in samsara, if you come out of the meditation and relate with the people, do your business and work, your ego, it becomes dynamic. If you will not make your ego dynamic, you cannot earn money. Very simple. Very simple. You will not be able to earn money if you will not allow your characters to be framed and yourself to be dynamic and come into personality and action. Then you will have only passive ego, which will be there in passive form with power to act, but passively it is there. Means your meaning and purpose is still there, not fulfilled. Your unique ego is still there in its form, pure form, passively. And here, actively. So what we are learning that what is this meditation type, leave everything, sit silent, and start dropping things. And what say, be dynamic, go into the world, work. But sorry, that we will see later. Here we are concerned. Pilar, can you ask your question again, please?
Yes, my question was about the psychotherapist. That's because I don't know how to explain it very good, but
I'm listening.
Confused.
Yes.
I'm confused because in the spirituality we want to disappear the ego, and in psychotherapy we work with the ego, and you are saying that the ego, the dynamic ego, is changing, and now I am thinking that with a psychotherapy, that's because I cannot.
Your voice is cracking, Pilar. Your voice is not audible. If you remove Bluetooth, I think will be better. Or maybe, I don't know.
No, that's because I am in the forest, and it's not a good signal. I don't have a good internet. But my question was if if it's good to work with a psychotherapy to work with this ego about the beliefs that make us to go down or go up, and it's very confused for me. That's why I want to go to India to be clear in this part of the therapy and the spirituality. I don't know if I am telling that.
Okay, I don't know. I understood your point. Voice is cracking, but what I will explain. Look, psychotherapy we are doing on someone. If we are applying therapy, so we are concerned person. Some of the personality or character is damaged. We call it damaged because it cannot properly relate and be in harmony in a situation or with a person. So in therapy, what we are doing, that we are changing the memory and creating another perspective for the person to see the situation. And changing personality. Like in a certain situation, person is becoming angry or some trauma has happened. So we are cleaning the memory. When we say we are cleaning the memory, means from the identification with the memory, we are breaking the identification and creating a distance between the person and the memory and its mind, and creating and identifying the person to a character which is needed. Suppose, give a concrete example. A person comes to your clinic and says, I am not able to go for interview. Simple. Person is healthy, person is knowledgeable, but he is reluctant and not confident and not to meet someone on interview. Just for an example. What to do with this? If the person comes to you as a therapy, means you judge what is wrong. You say, oh, confidence is missing. Person missing confidence. But say, oh, person, again you diagnose, oh, person missing trust. In this way, you see what person is missing. And then again, you see as a therapist, oh, the person needs, when it goes to interview, what person needs as a quality? Confidence, trust, what quality will be brought back? Here, and person is a job. So as a job, whosoever he is, he's a plumber, he's a teacher, he's whatever his job, entrepreneur. So in the job, he needs a personality to act. I am this. I am a clerk. I am a manager. Somewhere he has to be very strongly there to be the part of the world. So here we diagnose the person and go to the personal history of the person. What has happened where person lost the confidence? What happened in the past in his memory where person lose the trust? When person gives this from the past memories, you start to change the frame of mind and change the perspective of the person and changing the emotion. In all this process, we are strengthening his ego, refurbishing it, strengthening a part of ego which we say it is damaged, and removing the psychological impact from the memory and changing the perspective and changing the frame of mind of the person. Bring back to a new frame of mind, new quality in his characters, and a new personality to act. This is our job to assist as a psychotherapist. Here, we are not bringing meditation. We are bringing therapy. This is therapy. Meditation was when I was giving answer to Marvin. Meditation is directly seeing the whole process. Seeing the whole process. What is meditation? I sit in silence. What to do? Either to expect that my mind is stopped and I become enlightened immediately, or what you will do. So you can see, you can take, you have the character of a meditator. You can watch. So what you will watch, if you want to become enlightened in meditation, you don't need to stop or see how intelligence is creating.
Oh, we're losing you, Krishna. I think we're losing you a little bit.
Only this much.
We could not hear you for the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, voice.
There we go. Now we
Maybe
can hear you again.
switch off the videos.
There we go. Now we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe too many connections. Okay, so here I'm saying that so many meditation, yeah, but if we meditate directly, no therapy, no therapy here, directly there. What was one point that was, and try to see whether I have any possibility of this behavior in me, any seed anywhere, and we can make it a part of meditation and become enlightened. Another was that I sit silent and I see that how I am, my intelligence is creating my ego. In active form. So this, everyone with his own intelligence creates ego. Means unless the intelligence will say, yes, this character is right, there will be no identification with this character. Even when you come to meditate, your intelligence says, oh, seeker, seeker is suitable character for you. Then you get identified and say, yes, I am a seeker. Your intelligence approved it. Then your intelligence might approve, say, I am a mystic. I put yogi behind my name. That means my intelligence is permitting me to put this. Otherwise, how I can identify with it? So ego is not possible without intelligence supporting it. No, very strange world. And ego is not a bad thing. It's just a part of the whole play, and it will be there. How you will relate with it. So that's what I'm saying, that you can see directly here that your intelligence is creating the ego. And you are identified with this intelligence. Passively, that is asmita, that is passive ego. Passively, it is there. So when you meditate, then you can find it. Oh, I am identified. So here, in passive way, what the definition of ego is? That you get identified with your instrument of knowledge. You get identified with your instrument of knowledge, and that becomes your ego, but in a passive form. And when you come to act, the your intelligence says first, yes, this character is right. You should become a monk. You must become a messiah. Intelligence will permit it. But you can also meditate on this point, where my intelligence is allowing it, and how in active way. When you come to act, you can be aware at this point, oh, this character is allowed. So just need to know as you are. Nothing to do here. This is meditation. Seeing it as it is. My intelligence creating my ego. Maybe it's very shocking in the beginning, but it is like this. I see something in somebody else and look, meditate, and so, oh my God. I was saying people, nobody knows love. I was saying people are mixing in love, and oh, I was also deluded. My love is also not pure. So it's a revelation, but painful revelations. If you go through painful revelations, you can be enlightened. Seeing the ego in two ways, passively and active. So actively, we say we remain aware. And choice, point of awareness is your choice according to your nature, means what easily you can be aware of. For me, I'm very easy to sit in silence and see, oh, how intelligence is creating. For me, become very nice meditation, you know. But because when I started to learn meditation, reading books, techniques and things, and then I try to meditate. So when I sit in meditation, I see I will watch how I want to meditate. And then I, oh my God, for the meditation to be silent, my mind going in the memories, remembering the techniques, bringing it here, a full process is going on. So you can make it a meditation. That how I am meditating. The characters coming up. What's the drama going on just for meditation? So this is a little bit higher, subtle. Ego is subtle. We will come to mind also. Yeah, here we are playing with, we are beginning the journey. So identification, to be the part of the club. Which club you belong to? I'm a tantric, I'm a yogi, I'm a sannyasin, I'm a mystic, I'm a seeker, I'm a monk, I'm a priest. Somewhere will be the identification. So we keep on seeing the modern questions arising in your mind, and also keep on seeing classical definitions of ego. Classically, like this, there is one more classical definition of ego, which is saying being deluded by your own power. It's a tantric definition. Definition from Tantra. From yoga side, was knowledge, instrument of knowledge, because being deluded by its own power, by your own power. I can do this much, and we become deluded by our own strength, by our own power. This is also a tantric way of seeing the ego. The tantric will see, and because in Tantra we go for siddhis, power, vibhutis, no? Very easy to get these psychic powers, and you can be deluded by it. So at the path of Tantra or Tantric, this is the pitfall. And they need to check it out, the ego, in this way. Am I deluded by my own powers? You need to ask these questions to catch the ego. Many ways to see. Yes, please. You're muted.
Yes, I have one question. You a few times mentioned that way of transformation is painful. Why it's painful? What is pain? It's some kind of
Pain
emotional
is,
pain, or
it's just painful. Painful because I give you one example. I was in Vipassana for 10 days. So sit in your posture and watch and witness. So when you sit and watch and witness, any person, angry, whatever happened, all transaction will start in your mind. And my belief was that I'm a very loving person. No? But in meditation, I saw, no, it's not true. It's not true. It's simply that much not true that I never loved someone. My ego was always there and seeking for its own satisfaction and increasing its own territory. It was an ego trip. It wasn't love. So in this situation, it will be very painful. You keep on seeing mistakes and blaming others, and others are, you are very holy, and others are just not aware. They are just beasts. Don't even know meditation, yoga, tantra. And here you see, wow, oh, it's painful. Painful because your idea about yourself is destroyed. Something is breaking up. And your mistakes. It's painful. You have to go through many emotions. And I have been blaming you for many 10 years, and finally I find that I am the culprit.
and I think we discussed one time. We discussed suicide, and some people get suicide because their ego was destroyed by some.
Yeah, but here, as a
action.
meditator, this is the courage of a meditator. Theoretically, everybody knows that this ego is going to disappear. Practically, it's painful. Theoretically, if you keep on meditating, each person knows. We saw Buddha, he disappeared, Mahabhira, Mira. We have many, many characters, we have seen it. Jesus, that this egoistic attitude is not there. And person is eagerly finding in a passive way. So painful because it's just painful because it's shattering your characters. Something you have been building up for many years. You are building a house. And within a moment, a missile comes and finished in 1 second. So you will not be painful because attachment was there, no? Your house, it was there, you built it, you worked hard, you thought so much, you created it, you carried it, you nourished it like your child. And in a second, meditation is so powerful. Within a second is the revelation. There is no way not to understand that once it's elevated, it's elevated. There is no way to fall. Understanding took place, it took place. There is no way I can deny it. And there is no way I can fall from there. There is no point you will ever realize in life that I will be egoistic about to showing. And passively, it hits me. And passively, I cannot come to a point, oh no, I am a very loving person, because it hit it. So there is no way now my intelligence will never create this ego that I am a very loving person. I know love. Done. Complaint finish. To whom to complain? Complaint remains, I am the loving person and the world is not. Complain, suffer. What is the suffering? Suffer. Suffer. Because until you will be alive, world will be there and growing like this. Keep on suffering. That you are a very loving person and nobody in the world understands what is really love. And I understand what is really love. Suffer. Keep on suffering. But when you realize, no, intelligence with the mind, yes, in a dynamic form, it takes support of the mind. It's all the time judging your action, giving you feedback. You are great. You are amazing. You did good. Keep on. No way. So if passively in meditation you see something, just destroyed. It wasn't there. By mistake, you framed it. It was misunderstanding of mine. Now I have an understanding. So every misunderstanding, when people recognize, it hurts. Why? Because we build our ego with the identification of the instrument, our intelligence. I'm stupid. Painful. No, I'm intelligent. I'm very good. I'm stupid and nobody is saying it. I have to see myself. Nobody is saying it. Nobody is saying, I have to see myself. Very painful. So yes, it was painful, but then it brings transformation. And after that, no complaint. From this samsara, no complaint. Everyone thinks, and everyone has right to think, that I am the most loving person, and I understand what is real love. Nobody. We are all in the same boat. This is
Thank
ego.
you very much.
Maya. Maya. It's not illusion. So see you next. Next is who is real sannyasi and who is real yogi, and to contrast. One Buddha sitting silently doing nothing, no participation in this world. Another actively participating and killing people on the way. No compassion. Let's see with this contrast next time. Yoga in action. Authentic and real definition of a sannyasi and yogi in action. So see you next Friday.
Thank you.
Create your question, write in the group or write in.